Hello, in this point, I want us to check on the index plus match functions. So these are actually two functions. When combined together, they will actually be very crucial when it comes to the lookup. So I would actually want us to check on the individual functions first so that we can check the combination of the two. So I want us to see what does the index function do and what does the match function do. Because when these two are actually combined, it becomes even better than the VLOOKUP function. So before we continue, I would actually urge you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow me on my X account so that you can build this platform together. So let me actually tell you that the index function actually returns a value given a position. So it returns a value given a position. Like for example, in this point here, if you would like to return the product desk, you have to give a position. In short, you are actually giving the coordinates so that it can actually return the item itself. In this point here, for the match function, this one actually returns the position of an item in a range. So the match function will actually get you the position, while the index function will actually get you that item itself. So that's actually the difference. So when the two are actually combined to be index plus match function, it becomes a very little combination. So let's first see the index function and the match function examples so that we can now see the index plus match function examples. In this point, I would actually want us to output the desk. So I would actually want us to give the coordinates that will actually get us the product desk. So index, yes, you actually open like that. It will actually ask you for the array. In this point here, the array is actually this one. The whole of my array is actually from I11 to J16. That's my array here. Comma, it will ask you in which row do we have the desk. You can actually check that I have the desk in row number about number 5. We can actually count. So laptop is number 1, headphone is number 2, ring light is number 3, lapel is number 4, 5 is desk. So do not actually confuse the row and the column. So these ones here are actually the rows. The columns are these ones here. So you can actually check that I have two columns, the products column and the prices column. So that's it. So another comma, it will ask you for the column number. So in this point here, we have two columns and desk is actually on column number 1 of my array. So it's actually 1, just like that, and you close. So we expect to have the item to be the desk. So hit enter on the keyboard. Now you can actually check. So we have that value after being given the coordinates. So the coordinates in this point, we were actually given the row number and we were also given the column number. And we also add the array. So this is the array. This is the row number. That's row number 5 and column number 1. Then it will actually get you desk. Just like that. Let's now check on the match function. So before we actually go into the match function, allow me to actually bring you to this point here. So in this case here, I will actually be accepting projects from your end. Let's say, for example, you have a project that actually requires monthly subscription. We have the monthly retainer here. So if your project actually requires monthly subscription, let's say, for example, the work will actually be including the dashboards and the charts, the automation, the pivot tables and the models, the Power BI, financial forecast, templates management, all this work, we can actually do it monthly at $550. So that's all. And if you also need this one-time task, for example, the dashboard designs, data analysis and insights, smart macros, Power BI reports, the prices are actually favorable from $150 all the way to $300. Up here, I will also be accepting the templates design and management work. So I can actually design for you a template and manage it for you at just $50 every month. Or you can just get me the one-time task so that I can actually design for you a template and get you in this simple prices here: $19, $12, $17, $22, $19, $15. That is the HR templates, sales performance templates, reporting templates. We have the business dashboard templates, the personal finance templates, the inventory management system templates. So we have all those kinds of templates. And you can also access my courses on my Google Drive account. So you can actually get these courses at $100. So you will be given the access into my Google Drive account because my website is actually on hold, but it will actually be back. And when the website is actually back, you won't actually lose the access to these courses because you will be shifted to the website. So imagine getting all these courses at $100 when the deal is actually going at $945. So $945 all the way to $100. Just imagine. So grab that opportunity. So for us to actually talk on the projects, the templates, and the courses, reach me out through this email here so that we can talk business and I can also help your business propel forward. Now, in this point, I would actually want us to return the position for the desk. Yes, so we'll actually be using the match function. So remember, I actually told you that the match function always returns the position of an item given a range. So it's equivalent to match like that. Open, it will ask you for the lookup value. My lookup value is actually desk. So desk like that, you close. I'm actually having that desk inside the quotations because desk is actually a text, comma. It will ask you for the lookup array. So this is actually the lookup value. What is the lookup array? So this lookup value is basically inside this array. So this array is what you call the lookup array because that's where the lookup value actually comes from, comma. What are you actually obtaining? In my case, I'm actually obtaining the exact match. So you double click on this point like that, then you close, then you hit enter on the keyboard. Now you can actually check that desk is actually located on row number 5 of your array. So you can actually check that this was my lookup array, and you can actually see that desk is number 5. So laptop is number 1, number 2 is headphone, number 3 is ring light, number 4 is lapel, number 5 is the desk.